Hey, how's it going, everybody? Had some technical difficulties, so we're running a little late, so we're gonna have to jump into the hits pretty quickly now. Been having a lot of problems with this streaming stuff lately. Um, so yeah, here we are. It looks like we're in. Ooh, this is close because they have a lot more flags. It looks like they're sitting there waiting. So we need to try to maximize points here. Um, Welcome everybody. Get some water real quick. Okay. And we'll just jump into it here. So let's look for points real quick. 51, 48, 51. People might have done this already. Looks like 51 is the best I'm seeing. All right, 53. Pretty dangerous team. So we'll remember that one to come back to. I want to try to find a balance between best points and hopefully most guaranteed hits. So let's go red here right away. And so equalizer war, we have to remember that. We got two greens. Oh, did you guys see that? Bam. Right towards the end. Okay, so we'll go here, and I think I'm going to go with purple as well, which is probably going to be Regard, Proteus, and then I think, no, I can't do three purples like that. Unless it's Jabberwock, which is, that's okay. All right, so we'll go, how many snipers are we dealing with here? Enough. So we're going to go with Proteus, Regard, Jabberwock. That looks good. All right. Welcome, everybody. Sorry for the rush here. Had some problems setting the stream up. Okay. So we obviously need to make something happen here. I'm a fan of taking an off-color diamond just in the interest of getting the tiles that you need. So this will give us a purple match, purple diamond actually, so that's good. Do I want to take it right away? It's probably a good idea. Get the monoslow going on early. Okay, so I'm not too worried about Albie yet. Not too worried about Albie yet. Let's just go. Oh no, equalizer. Before I make a big mistake, equalizer. All right, so it's too late for me to benefit from the equalizer. I think you want them to be going off when the bar is half full. So the bar is already full, which means equalizer is going to go off right before their turn. Yep. So it goes off right after my turn, right before their turn. So they get the benefit of that. Okay, so I would really like to stop any of these snipers from going off. Okay. And then we need to get some chaos going on the board here. The yellow diamond is not going to set off much of a cascade for me, unfortunately. Okay. So let's go right down the middle. Let's get some poison damage here. I don't expect to get any red matches here, so let's see if we can get away with holding that heal for a little bit longer. Blue diamond. It's also not going to help me out that much. So let's just get Gravemaker going here, maybe Black Knight as well. Okay, that's good. So our main, actually Albie's not a threat yet because no one has died yet. Okay, so we want to take this opportunity to burn a few more tiles. Equalizer's going to go off, so it's perfect timing because Proteus was about to wear off anyways. So now we have our protection from snipers. We're going to go Gravemaker against 2 greens. Definitely. Let's try to get our purples going again. Hopefully this hit gets shrugged off. Okay, only 1 damage. Nice. And that's not going to be enough to... Oh, okay. Alright, we're in good shape here. So we need... Whatever, let's just set off Magni while Black Knight is active and... Oh, Black Knight's not active because of Equalizer, but we turned out... Or we ended up okay. Alright. Now we'll bring this back. Maybe I shouldn't have used that based on Equalizer just yet, but let's see, Equalizer's going to go off right before their turn, which means Black Knight is going to wear off. So let's not set them off quite yet, and then we'll get Black Knight going again, like so. Okay, now we just need some tiles here. Wow, a lot of diamonds this match. Not really in the color that I need, but... Boom! Okay, that's that. That kind of took a while, so I need to be a little quicker here, because these points really matter right now. Okay, 54 with a non-threatening Mother North tank. That's a good team to go against. Okay, so we'll go here next, and do I want to do my secondary red team? No. What do I want to do here? So yeah, she's pretty tanky. I think I definitely want to... Do I want to do that red team? Could work. It'll just be surviving the snipers. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, so that's going to be Marjana, Bold Tusk, Tyr, Freya, Bira, Troop Change, Troop Change. Okay. Welcome everyone just showing up. We're just trying to get through these hits pretty quickly because I had some technical problems. Alright, I feel pretty good about this. Got it in the bag, thanks Andre. So if you're new for any reason, I try to do my hits fairly quickly and then we'll take questions at the end. So if you have any questions, make sure to stick around and make sure to ask those again. So let's see what happens. This is a kind of fun team. It's very survivable. The damage is not great unless I can keep the red matches rolling, which might be tough with this board. So again, my philosophy, let's try to get rid of some of these dead tiles. It does create an immediate threat for us, but honestly, if we're not able to... Oh my god. If we're not able to clear some of these anyways, we're not going to win. So we do have a red diamond here, if I can... Nope, okay, no red diamond. Alright, that's pretty good though. So now we focus on threats. Who is the biggest threat? Alright, so we have to keep in mind equalizer. So this is when I want to set everyone off who's going to have an annoying effect. And I think I can survive this barrage. So let's go big. Okay, not much of a barrage, but the two I wanted to go off are going off. That was close. All right, so now equalizer's going to go off. So that sucks for Tyr because there's a decent chance that he dies right now, which would really weaken my team. So I'm thinking I might want to waste my red specials here in a sense and make one big move. So that would mean we want to focus the hit here. I don't think Tyr's got enough. She could dodge this too, but now we're going to kill Mother North. Yeah, so that didn't work. So now Equalizer's going to take Tyr's stuff away, and there's a chance that she hits him, and then we're kind of in trouble. Okay. So we need, don't want to go for, still be able to keep my purple matches, so let's try to get Tyr back in the clear. Okay, that's not good. Alright, Equalizer's half full. This is when you want to set him off. No one's close to going off, but I want to get my minions up here. So there's a chance that that will kill June, okay, and this will kill Marjana. Alrighty. So we're looking alright here. Got a lot of the threats off the board, which is great. Get some survivability for ourselves here. And then we're just going to try to ghost on this side. Those two are dangerous enough that if I can't get matches, they can easily kill me. Okay, so the bar is already full, which means there's no advantage to us setting them off now because it's not going to affect their turn. Let's see if we can get another purple match here. Okay, good. I think I have a red diamond and a purple match. No, purple diamond. I still am not great at seeing all of those things. Okay, equalizer's half full, so now is the time we do want to set them off, which means we are going to take a hit from him, but his stupid riposte is going to go away at least. All right. Shout out to our very own Caramel Thunder for clarifying the equalizer. For some reason, I have a very hard time conceptualizing what's supposed to happen when. So I think he finally helped me understand that. All right, we gotta speed this up here. Okay. Maybe this is enough. Boop. All right, 54 points. Nice. There was a 53 here. Where was that one? That was this. This is pretty dangerous. I think I want to go green and purple here. If I could take out Lepus early, that would be good. Blue is also a solid option here because of Telluria and then being able to take out Marjana. Lepus is the bigger threat, though. I do have mana control on that team. Okay, let's go green here. Blue is, I think, a little bit of a stronger choice, but stronger choice in that Finley and Cobalt together with Telluria are a really strong pairing, but Lepus is a bigger threat, and so I want to be able to, which I guess I have to bring one of these Proteuses. We're going to go with a stronger regard. This is a pretty dangerous team. All right. So yeah, if I can take out Lepus with tiles, That would be really, 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 really good. All right, so we have a chance at a green diamond, small chance, but it's worth a try for the first move, and it would also lead a bunch of green tiles into Master Lepus, which would be great. Didn't get it, but we are getting a lot of matches here, which is very good. Okay, this one's in the bag. Gotta remember equalizer though. That throws off my pacing just a little bit. And I want to get my purples before this mono slow happens. Okay, we're in very good shape though. So where are my follow-ups? Nowhere in particular. Okay, so I think I'm going to freeze. I don't want Sashot to dispel my healing. So I think I'm going to freeze this side. And then we're going to make a play for Master Lepus. Do I want to try one more turn to get more green tiles on the board? Sure, I have a decent move for it. Great, perfect. Not sarcasm. Okay. Hey everybody, happy Valentine's Day. I will jump in the chat more once I'm not right on the verge of running out of time, and we can have a little discussion at the end. Oh, come on, man. He's gonna heal again too. So I think I need to kill him. I think I need to just kill him. Yeah, I don't have any good follow-ups there, so it's a bit of a waste. Okay, so this blind will go away from me, which is nice. All right, Proteus's thing's about to go away, so let's deal some damage while we can. While we can without charging them up, I should say. And then do a little bit of ghosting. Alright, so we got a Dispel coming at us. Not a problem. I think we can kill both of these actually. Nice. Nice. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna waste Proteus's thing a little bit, but we just need to get moving here. Alright. Yeah, I'm seeing that lag too. Again, I have not figured that out yet. I've had a lot of trouble with this streaming software. If anyone has any suggestions, be sure to mention those. All right, so now we want to pick teams. Since these are all fairly the same point value, we want to pick teams that we are going to excel against. So this 51 is good because my blue team has a very good chance against it. So that's going to be Ariel, Cobalt, Finley. Secondary color, probably just going to go purple. Um, Yeah, I always regret when I don't bring a second healer. So we'll space the healers apart. Pop a regard in there. Give an attack troop, a true attack troop to Finley. And we're good to go. Voice is good, but the frame rate is pretty low on the visual. Yeah, I see that too, and I don't know why. Like, usually when I'm streaming, it's from a fiber optic connection. So it's like, can't get much faster than that. I suppose I could try it with a wired connection, but even still, like those speeds should be great, especially the upload speed. So I don't understand where the lag is being introduced. Unless it's my computer, I could try streaming from a different computer next time and see if that helps. But yeah, it's annoying. Sorry about that, guys. Still got to try to figure that out. Um, Okay. Oh man, so close. Oh, yeah, we got it. Purple diamond. Are we gonna get it in time? Yes. Because we're just gonna go for it. We only need maybe 5 tiles, so we'll take the diamond while we have it. That'll hopefully add some more blues to the board. No, no more blues. Okay, equalizer's full, which means we're screwed. So I'm just gonna take the diamond up the middle. We're gonna have to heal. Damn it. I don't want to take the hit from Vela. Or I think Teleria and Vela together, I would lose Proteus. Oh, I've got a blue diamond though, which means my second heal is not far behind. So we're gonna go like this. Make sure we freeze the Dispeller. And damn it, my other heal was just far enough behind. So I'm gonna do this while we have a little bit of safety. Now we have to wait. Alright, so we're going to cause a little chaos here first. So I can't afford to let Poseidon kill anyone. I'm going to lose my mana boost, which is not great, but it's... Wow. Oh man, that was a nice combo. Alright, we got the ×3 on Cobalt, so he's going to give a buff to the full team. We're going to lead the hit on Sashat because that Dispel is annoying, and bam! Massive, massive hit. Beautiful. All right, so we've got 2 teams left. I got plenty of time. Okay, great. Yeah, so again, if anyone has any suggestions for improving that lag, it's clearly, yeah, I don't know where it's happening because my iPad is going into my computer, into QuickTime, that allows me to screen share it. That screen share is being routed into Streamlabs. Yeah, so the lag seems to be happening in Streamlabs itself. Because then Streamlabs takes all the audio and video that I'm routing into the software, and it then routes that to YouTube. But I can see the lag you guys are talking about on the screen in Streamlabs. So I wonder if it's my computer. I have a new computer, but I wouldn't have thought this would be a demanding CPU processor or anything like that. Yeah, I'm gonna look into this more actively, especially now that I have a long weekend and a little bit more time. But yeah, if anyone has any suggestions, please throw those in the comments now. That'll help me get started. There's probably people out here that are a lot smarter with the tech stuff. Gotta do something about the lag. Yep, I would love to. I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I think it's over. Shit. All right. So there's a good team. Damn. All right. No healers. That's pretty dangerous. Is there any team? I'm gonna find a fun team for Loki. Is there any good heroes to copy? Any Alfreich teams? No. I feel like you really want to use Loki against a team that has um, strong AoE hitters. How many points is this? There's a possibility that I copy Ursina and Drake just kills himself. Or if there's a Mitsuko on a team with Multiple blues, no. Okay, so what I need to do more than anything is to make sure that both of these are one-shots as opposed to just getting a few extra points. So I still have a secondary red team, which would be Vanda and Gravemaker. So obviously I want to go against a team that has healing on it. So I can steal that healing and then has as many greens as possible. So I'm not seeing that kind of team here. Or a team, with a bunch of ailments for Vanda to block. This team is a decent choice for that one. I don't know what the secondary color would be yet, but let's see what we got. So we're going to do Gravemaker, Vanda. Do we have minions? No minions, unless Albie uses his talent. Okay. Secondary, I feel like it's not a great team for. But I have two. Haven't used Hell, and I have another Proteus, so I'm going to use those on both teams. So let's do another red then. Do I have another red I can use? Jahangir. Grazul, I don't have the troop for, unfortunately. Ah, damn, I don't. It's possible I could just throw Scarlet in here purely for tile damage, which would be Gravemaker, and Scarlet for some red tile damage on the tank. The attack down could help me get out of some sticky situations. And then what are we looking at for the rest of these? I think I can, wait, only one sniper, so I think I can get away with using my last weaker Proteus. The problem though is I'm going to run out of regards. This is my last one. Okay. Let's do it. All right. No red matches at all. But I do have a chance. So I guess we'll just get started here. Ooh, okay. We got our match. See, that extra tile damage is really helping. So I could just go for the kill now. I'm going to lose the ailment block, which is maybe not the best idea. I do have to be careful of Albie getting his mana effect going for the whole team. So none of them are firing now, so the equalizer is not going to help me. So let's just try to get some more stuff going on here. We won't worry about Albie. Okay, so now I'm safe to use it. Who do I want to? Let's focus on this side. Get our ailment protection up for Marjana. And then I'm going to take the chance at the purple diamond here. No luck. Oh, just didn't wait long enough. Okay. So I think I have to sneak the heal out. Yeah, it's reminding me that costume regard is not the best choice for a healer in these wars. I guess his effect is about to wear off, so Let's see. I'm thinking about using Proteus on the left side just for the one turn of blocking. But if I hit the purple diamond, that would give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which would not be enough. So let's instead do something down the middle. Shouldn't set anyone off. Okay. And then I think we'll go Proteus over here. We'll go attack down. Oh shit, I used the wrong version. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, well, I think we're going to be alright anyways. So, alrighty. White rabbit's going off, but it's too late. Do I want to protect against the defense down? It's probably a good idea. We're actually in a little bit of a risky position right now. So let's protect against the defense down. Oh, we're not going to be able to. I screwed that up. All right, well, now we're okay. That was a close one. All right. Scarlet was a terrible choice here. Okay, but we did anyways. Mistakes and all. Yeah, she might hit harder. Let's see. All right, one more. What's my team gonna be? So probably Gazelle and Odin. I need a healer in a different color. Didn't use Scotty at all. I could use a Scotty team. But what are my healers that I have left? Green. So do we have any minion teams here? We have some minions on RSSA. Looking for so we've got some Teleria tanks, which is honestly the best choice for a minion team because her minions are very weak. Freya's minions are really tough, and you got to bring some defense down to go with it or soften them up ahead of time. So I think we're going to go. There's more minions here, but I'm more scared of this team. The points are good though. Not that it's going to matter. I don't think I'm going to get 355 points, 45 points. Damn. It sucks to get outplayed at the very last minute. Yeah, what the hell? Now Mitsuko is too much of a looming threat if we get the wrong board. So let's go Loki for fun, and then I'll check to see if there's anyone that he's gonna beneficially copy. Yeah, I could do the Ursina Drake thing. Secondary color, knowing that we need a healer. Out of regards, I need to level up another one. Could bring Grazul, but I don't have any other reds. Got healers in blue, so maybe I just do that. And we'll take Loki and then a costume Kirill. And then secondary color. This is my last flag, right? Yeah. Let's go Gazelle, and Odin. Give him a better troop. And unfortunately, I have to give him this weaker troop. The only problem is that if I copy Ursina with Loki, there's a chance that Gazelle removes that buff. But do I have any other good heroes? Actually, I kind of feel better about Hell and Onyx, especially if I have defense down. So now that I have plenty of heroes where I'm leaving good heroes unused, I need to sit down and think about my teams more. Oh boy. Damn. Should have gone yellow, huh? So I'll take this red diamond. Yeah, what the hell? Alright, good amount of blues. This is not off to the best start here. So it looks like Scotty needs 4 tiles. No, I think at least 5 with the monoslow thing going on. Oops, let's see what we can get to come in here. Alright, at least the equalizer was well timed. We just need 1 blue match and we're gonna be fine. I guess we'll try it here. Yes! And some purples too. Alright, so get those minions going. Oh, but does equalizer clear stacks? I think it does. That's not good. Okay, so that means we're going to have to wait 1 more turn to use that, just in case. I don't have a cleanse, which is not good, but we're not going to get hit by too much here. Okay, stop. Alright, I've got a purple diamond next turn. Oh, we had... Damn, I can't cleanse this attack down now. There's enough weak minions though that we've got to try. So we'll go defense down, Scotty. 7 stacks, okay, not a problem at all. I guess I'll copy Ursina as the best one. Pretty weak, okay. Maybe we can kill Teleria. Yeah, let's get this purple diamond. So this will be interesting. Will the stacks get cleared? Alright, I guess let's try to... Yeah, we don't have Gazelle, so it's good to not worry about Drake. So let's do this and this. Equalizer's gonna go off, but I can get some kills here, so I might as well. Well, someone will have to tell me if stacks clear with equalizer. Alright, well, hard to ask for a better war than that, but damn, they really outplayed us at the end. At least I got the highest score amongst those bastards. Alright, let's take a quick look at the defense, and then we'll jump into some questions here. So I went with my standard defense from left to right. Onyx, Frigg, Black Knight, Odin, Cobalt. So it's not the best choice for Equalizer War, but that's where my emblems are, so it's the best choice for emblems. Okay. Wow. They waited a long time. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3 for the first. So it did pretty well. 1 shot for the second. So 4, 5 hits for 3 kills. That's not very good. Damn. 6 hits for 4 kills. That's not good. Yeah, so I got 1 shot at a lot. Alright, well that's the war. We lost, unfortunately, but that'll push us to 10 even, which means 3 more wins, and 3 more wins, and we're all good for the war chest. So let's get into some questions here. Alrighty, I'm gonna scroll back a little bit. Seems like the chat's a little bit slower today. Gotta love Cobalt. I do. Cobalt is one of my favorite heroes for sure. That bypass with the wizard class is just awesome. Because there's a chance to completely ignore defensive buffs, but not only ignore them, deal damage, extra damage because of them. All right. Okay. So Paul agrees with giving something extra to Thor, like we talked about in the Watchtower yesterday, is a good idea. Use warp speed, Mr. Spock. Yeah, I should have. Um, Man, Cobalt is so OP. It's a dirty word, man. Don't use the word OP around here. Um, I mean, his balance is in that his defense is very weak compared to any other hero. Like, it's under 700 without emblems. So he doesn't just have, he does have very high attack stat, but it's not like he just has monster stats in every category. And also keep in mind that that was with defense down ahead of time. And that was at super slow speed. So that was like 15, maybe 14 tiles to charge that. So a special that takes that many tiles to charge should definitely be devastating. Um, yes. Noticed I summoned Toxicondria. Yeah, I bought one of the deals the other night, and within so I had some coins, some gems. Within 6 pulls, I pulled Karnov on the very first pull and Toxicondria on the sixth pull, and I was like, "Holy shit, that is crazy!" Of course, I wasn't recording it. Like a lot of people post their pulls. I record them sometimes, but I feel like the ones you record are never good. And then when you're just like, "Oh, let me do a couple real quick," then you're like, "God, I wish I recorded that." But yeah, I was super excited to pull her because she was the only one that I really wanted. Everyone needs a Cobalt in their roster, yeah. Cobalt and the Red Ninja. Yep, the Red Ninja never arrived for me, and I've moved on because I've gotten the other ninjas. Well, I've only got 3 of the ninjas, but I don't want Jade, and I didn't get Jade. Really wanted Garnet, didn't get Garnet, but pulling with a 0.2% chance is just insanity, so I'm not going to do that. Always save your best. Always save your best regards until the end. Yeah, I need to level up another one. It was not smart to use only costume regards for the most part in this war, but I could sell the truck and the house and try for the ninjas. Just sell your wife as well, and then you can afford. Just kidding. Right. Not gonna say that one out loud. Um, haven't fed the ninja portal. Yeah, I don't know. The 4 stars are cool, but I feel like what I wanted them for was for the tournaments, and they're not that good in the tournaments because the without a level 11 monotroop, the second charge is 10 tiles, which might as well be slow. So there's not that much of an advantage to using them. So I really don't use the 4 star ninjas hardly ever. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I need a 500 point hit at the end there. Fortunately, I couldn't find the 500 point team on the board. That roster is fire. Thank you, sir. I am now over a year and a half into the game, so I've been able to level up a good amount of heroes. Chomping on popcorn. Stacks do clear with equalizer. Damn, that's crazy. The one time that Scotty's actually not a superstar. You think we're gonna start to see the you think we're gonna see the start of the end of ENP? Seems a lot of old players aren't happy, but whales keep spending. I've seen already a lot of people quit and some big players too. Yeah, So the thing here is that we don't really know how many new players are coming in. So obviously there's if a 100 very experienced players leave and 100 new players come in, that shifts the game demographic considerably, right? Because now you have a bunch of inexperienced people still trying to figure out how to play. So like when they say it's cheaper to keep an existing customer than to sign a new customer, um, I don't know how much Small Giant or Zynga factors that into the way they make decisions. Obviously, any mobile game has a lifespan to it. I don't know what it is. I would not be happy to see that. And that's kind of where I feel like if you want to enjoy the game for longer, you just have to let go of some of the expectation of always being able to perform at the top, right? So I've said this before in other videos, like people have asked like, "Oh, are you upset that season 1 heroes aren't relevant anymore?" And it's like every hero in the game is relevant. You just have to be going against the right people. If you're trying to raid to the top with season 1 heroes, they're going to feel irrelevant. If you find an alliance of people who are all free to play or cheap to play and have mostly those heroes and those are the alliances you're facing because that's what your alliance score is, then you're going to have a great time because you're going to be well matched with the people that you're playing against. So it's kind of like if you want to enjoy boxing and you're an amateur boxer, not to say that people aren't good at the game. I'm just trying to make the parallel that like you can't necessarily just be at the top of anything you try. And this game, being at the top means spending a lot of money. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money, you just have to be willing to let go of the idea that you'll be able to be the most competitive in every aspect of the game. And I think if you can let go of that, then the game is the way it always was. I guess maybe there's the temptation of like, oh, I really want to pull those heroes, and that can be frustrating. Or you're seeing other people pull them, and it's like, okay, maybe don't watch pull videos then. I just stopped watching pull videos for a while. I don't really watch them anymore, but I stopped watching those for a while because I was like, man, this is frustrating. My pulls didn't go well, and I'm watching all these lucky people. So, the game's going to end at some point. I don't see it happening anytime soon. They do have to combat the issue of players leaving, though, and I don't know what their plan is for that. But I think we control how fun we make the game by carving out our own spot. So we just have to be realistic with what we have and what your budget is, I guess, and then find a place that matches that, and then you're gonna have a great time. Um, Anybody have the Dark Lord? Is he worth to max out? We talked about this in the Watchtower a little bit yesterday. I don't think he's that impressive. He's probably the I hesitate to say the second best hero in the portal because some people might think that is Karnov, and it really depends on what you're trying to do in the game. So those are the top three I would probably say because the speed. I think for Asterius to edge out the Dark Lord, you need to have a level 23 mana troop. Otherwise, he's basically slow, whereas the Dark Lord is fast. So the Dark Lord is more of an approachable hero for more people. So that's something to keep in mind. So is he worth maxing? It depends on your purple options, and it depends on how many materials you have. His snipe seems a little bit weak to me. Um, Unfortunately. And I think, let me see if I'm correct. I think he only does damage to a single target, right? Oh, rubbing it in my face. Um, I think he only does damage to a single target. 390 to the target. Reduces the duration of target and nearby enemies' buffs by 1 turn. Okay, so at least his effect hits 3, even if he only hits 1. So I don't know what that damage will be, the corrosive damage, what it'll be when you add troops and emblems. He would be a good candidate for a ninja troop if you use him because that's a cheap way of really boosting his attack stat, and you will see that 64 increase. So it's possible that can get up to like maybe 100 poison damage per turn. Um, Reduces the reduce buff thing. I don't see the practicality of it's new, obviously, so we don't really know how that's going to look. But whoops, wow! I just like tried to set my iPad down and perfectly hit the power button and turned it off. Um, so yeah, we don't really know, or I guess I feel like I don't know how beneficial that is. It doesn't seem that good to me. It could definitely come in handy, but like some of the most important things to decrease the duration of are dodge and taunt. And taunt, you're only going to hit the one hero and reduce the duration of that one hero's taunt in this case. It wouldn't affect the attack up that Black Knight gives to everyone around him. Um, or in the case of dodge, like with Costume Catalan, she can dodge that effect. So it's not even a guarantee there against the most dangerous buffs. So he's not bad by any means, but it comes down to your roster whether he's good enough to max. Um, yeah, that's really the best answer I can give, I think. Ninjas or Valhalla heroes? The Valhalla heroes have more consistency across how good they are. The ninjas have better heroes, but really just Cobalt and Garnet. Onyx is pretty good, but maybe it's just my purple stack is not as good as my blue stack is, so I don't use him as much. But Onyx and Garnet, I think, or excuse me, Cobalt and Garnet are the top ninja heroes, and I think they're better than any of the Valhalla heroes. However, Valhalla has a lot more good heroes that you can get, so your odds, I would say, I mean, your actual pulling odds are pretty much the same. Maybe they're a little better in Valhalla, I don't know off the top of my head. But in terms of getting something, if you do get lucky in terms of getting something useful, I think Valhalla is maybe a bit better just because there's more heroes and there's a lot of good heroes. And there's some weaker heroes, but like, for example, I think Jade is pretty disappointing. Um, so it'd be kind of a bummer to get lucky with a ninja and be like, crap, I got Jade. Not that she's not usable, but this is like the comparison I was making with Thor. It's not that he's a terrible bad hero. It's that compared to some of the other similar heroes, like for Jade, compared to the other similar ninjas, she's definitely the worst ninja. Doesn't mean she's a terrible hero. I'd still rather have her than, like Horghall or something like that, who is just, slow and not that appealing. But anyways, I'd probably say it's a little bit better to go Valhalla unless you plan to use those 4-star ninjas a lot and put emblems on them and use them in raiding and stuff because they're pretty good. Uh, we beat you. Thanks for the war. Good luck. Good luck. Well, the luck has already run out, so maybe you mean in the future. Yep, well played. Fill me in on why Heroes of the Month don't have a family bonus. Because they have an element link. So that's kind of their family bonus. And they don't from the very beginning. Like, I think Hell was the first Hero of the Month, and she does not have an element link. I forget who the first hero to get an element link was. But like Zelene is another hero of the month that doesn't have an element link. Um, I don't know who the rest are, but yeah, they don't have a family bonus because they have the element link, which is actually pretty cool. I think element links are better because then it works for any hero in that color. So the color becomes the family as opposed to needing to pull from a specific portal. Like the pirate family, you need to have multiple pirates that you want to use in the same raid team. So it's harder, or war team, whatever. So it's harder to um, match those together. Whereas the element link, you just put the same colors together and you're good to go. And that Kingston element link of Mono Boost really helps out my green team. All right. Do you think? Wow, why is this thing? Chat's like snapping around on me. Do you think Frigg and or Odin will get nerfed again? Are they still broken? I never thought they were broken, to be honest. I thought they were stronger than most, but I don't have a problem with there being some heroes that are stronger than most. I think the idea that you can achieve a perfect balance is just ridiculous. There's too much going on. There's too many possible synergies to try. Perfect balance is never going to be an option. With that being said, there will always be some heroes that are stronger and some heroes that are weaker, and that's just going to be part of the game. I accept that. Um, and I don't have a problem with there being stronger heroes in the game. It can create a problem when they're as available as Teleria and Vela were because of how much easier it is to summon those heroes. You could make the argument that as time goes on, there will only be more Frigg and Odins and not fewer, and that's true, but I don't think it's to the point. Like, you still have to get both of those, and the chances of getting each individual one are pretty small. However, when Valhalla Forever starts, they will do 3 featured heroes at a time, but I would be willing to bet they would not put those ones in the same portal. So I never thought they were broken. I really hope they don't get a nerf again because unless Small Giant wants to be like, okay, we understand why this is frustrating, we're going to create hero reset tokens, and every time we adjust a hero or nerf a hero, we're going to give you, if you had that hero, you get a hero reset token. That's obviously way more generous than they would ever be. Even if they made them a random drop in the game or something, some way to get your materials back. Because like Vela, for example, if she had been, if she had always been how she is now, I would have not ascended her, and I would love to have those scopes again right now. But I don't, and she just sits there doing very little. And yes, I still have emblems on her because I haven't chosen who to move them to, but it's not because I'm relying on her often. So that's the part that sucks. Is that like, okay, the heroes, it's not like you purchased Vela directly, right? You purchased a chance at her, but you also had a chance at other things. So you can't be like, give me my money back, because you took the chance to get more than just her. If the chance didn't pan out and you only got her, you can't necessarily say that you just purchased her. So I see the difference there. But when you choose, I'm going to invest these materials in this hero, and then they make the hero worse, you might not have made that same decision. And I think that's the part that's most unfortunate because the materials you're investing are so, so, so rare. And that's the part that's the most frustrating. So I hope they don't nerf them again. I would be more open to them making these nerfs or adjustments if they let the people affected by them make a different decision. But they're not doing that, and that's why it really frustrates me, because I would have made different decisions based on that information. So it's not my fault they didn't balance it, ahead of time. I definitely put the burden on the company to create the most balanced game possible. So that's what I think about that. I don't care if there are some heroes that are stronger than others in the game. I don't expect to win everything I do, every raid, every war attack. It does get frustrating when you're in a top 10 alliance, for example, and you're facing all the same teams of all Alfreiks in Rush War. But it's like, okay, maybe you don't want to be in a top 10 alliance because they can't really nerf Alfreik, for example. She's already very slow. It's the war mode that's a problem, but it's only a problem for select individuals. So it becomes a tricky thing to balance. But that's where I feel like you have to realize that the people at the top are going to be spending the most and having the craziest, weirdest rosters because they're getting the most chances at pulling these heroes. And you're going to have to compete with that if you're up there. So I'm a strong advocate for finding the alliance that is balanced across the way that you want to experience the game. So I understand that if you were in a top 10 alliance and you stepped down from that, then all of a sudden the Titans are going to be easier. Some of the war opponents might be too easy, so I do understand the difficulty in that decision. But yeah, those are my thoughts on that. Welcome, Steve. Yep, bad luck. Still puffing along, very clever because he's got the puffin avatar. Who's your favorite Batman villain? Not including the Joker. Penguin. Not including the Joker. Penguin, Riddler, Two-Face, Bane, Poison Ivy, aka Toxicandra. I don't feel like I feel like I would want to choose this based on what their premise was. Like I saw a funny meme the other day that was like, I guess his name was the Freeze, the Arnold Schwarzenegger Batman villain. Is like He was just trying to curb global warming, and Poison Ivy was just trying to plant more trees. Like, who's the real villain? The trust fund guy who goes out and destroys the city every night to save people, something like that, which I thought was funny. So I'd want to choose based on what their actual aim was. But I feel like that's a funny thing about getting older is you sympathize more with the villains. Where you're like, all right, yeah, I could see, I could see Thanos' perspective there. You know, we do have too many people. Not that I actually think that, but so I'd want to choose based on what their sort of campaign was. But I can't remember off the top of my head. How did you fare in your war? When's the next video out? Yep, talk to her. I will put something out either today or tomorrow. I've got a bunch of videos sitting waiting that I just need to edit and then make thumbnails for. It's just been so busy that by the time I finish work, I'm just like, I need to not do anything at all. So that's part of the problem, unfortunately. But yeah, I would say either today or tomorrow I'll have some new videos out, and I hope to, get back into my regular cadence. I've been on a sort of a long hiatus, unfortunately. Um, Greetings from Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you. Greetings from California to you. It's fun that people come from all over the place. I've stopped watching pull videos. Now I want to see a roster I want to pull. I honestly feel like watching other people's pull videos is the most potent recipe for doing too many pulls of your own, where you're like, oh my god, that person just got so lucky. I want to try again. So I definitely caution you if you're trying to control your spending, which we all, you know, are and should be careful of those things because everyone is just posting the best luck. That's what people want to see. So I don't, I tend to do the same thing because that's what people like watching. I think pull videos are kind of strange in a sense, but that's what people like watching. They want to see good luck. Some people just post all their pulls. Um, but yeah, careful with that because seeing those things are like, oh my God, I want that to happen to me. And then you might overdo it. I'm glad I got the toxic lady. Her survivability will be insane. Yeah, she's one of those weird support heroes where her heal is not that strong. Like I think Ariel is 40%. Ariel's the closest comparison to her. Her overall stats are better, Toxicandra, because she's so much newer, but her heal's weaker, and she's one of those support heroes that is like built like a sniper. It's like, why does she have such a high attack stat? Some people might like that, but I find it frustrating. I'm like, I want my healer to survive so the rest of the team can survive. I don't need her to give 20 extra points to my tile damage. But yeah, it does seem, I haven't figured this out or tested myself, but it does seem like she might allow fast heroes to be very fast um, with her buff, like after one turn. So that would be really cool. She basically has as much mana generation power as Albi does, just without the resurrect. Genuinely not impressed with any of the heroes in the event portal. I've saved my earned tokens. Yeah, I can definitely see the reason for doing that. This pool of heroes didn't really excite me that much either. Toxicandra was the obvious standout, and I think she is a very good hero. But the rest are not that appealing. Dark Lord, and again, this is like not saying they're bad. So if you got them, it's not like, oh, you should never do anything with them. It always depends on what your options are. But in terms of I feel like they're probably on par with some of the other pirate heroes. Where you get Marie and you're like, okay, not really that great. But a lot of people use her and like her. If she's the only purple you have and you have tons of emblems, it's a great choice to make. So it's not that they're bad. It's just in comparison to some of the other portals, this one seems to have fewer great heroes. Like I don't think Toxicandra is as good as Finley, and I think the other pirates are kind of similar to these villains. So then it's like, all right, this portal overall is a little bit less appealing than pirates because it doesn't have a standout hero like Finley in it. Not quite as good. Toxicandra is definitely the standout. But they do have very good stats. Like Dark Lord with an 800 attack stat is like, damn, that's that's pretty impressive. A reset token and your money back for when they reset that, for when they nerf heroes. That will never happen because again, they'll just say that you didn't buy the hero directly. You paid for a chance at the hero, but you also paid for a chance at other heroes. So it's kind of like when they first released the costume portal, and you would only get the costume. I don't know how many people. I guess hopefully we all remember this. We've all been around this long. Um, you would only get the costume. You wouldn't get the hero with it. So some people pulled costumes for heroes they didn't have, and they're like, "What the hell?" And I think there was no Ascension material chest in there yet, and there was no hero of the month. So when they changed it, people were like, "Well, give me the hero. I pulled the costume. I don't have the hero." And it's like, I can see the frustration there, but at the same time, it's like you did choose to invest in that portal based on the terms that were laid out. So while it would be a cool move of them to be like, here you go, like for your troubles, and give you the hero, I can see why they don't feel like they need to do that, because whoever was in that position did choose to say, yes, I'm going to do pulls here, knowing the hero is not part of the deal. So it's the same thing with pulls. You're paying for a chance at the hero, but also a chance at others. And so they can't really give you a refund just on the one you got because it was random what you ended up with and how many of them. I got lucky on ninjas. 5 jades? Oh man, I'm sorry. Wow. Wow. It's like someone in our alliance got 5 onyxes. Onyx is a better hero than Jade, but it's still like, give me some freaking variety here, guys. I can't believe that they don't have anything to balance the variety of what you pull from that. It's kind of insane that you can end up with 5 of the same one, and you're like, well, that's fucking great. I feel your pain, man. Love to have those types of hero tokens. Yeah, I think we all would. Those 2 flurries in my roster burn my eyes each time I scroll through. Yeah, that is, um, yeah, that is really unfortunate, and that's the part that I find frustrating. Hope they make a hero that when a special goes off, your gems start to increase. Yeah. Any release date on season 4? Gotta tell you, man, your gameplay continues to make me better and improve my tactical prowess. You've taught me so much. Very grateful. I'm top of the war chart. Congrats, man. That's awesome. That's exactly the reason why I made this channel in the first place. Um, I just thought I had a perspective that was worth sharing, and it's been. I feel humbled by all the support that I've gotten, and it really feels awesome when people are like, hey, you helped me improve, and improving means the game becomes more enjoyable. So that's awesome. So thank you for saying that. I really appreciate that. Season 4, I believe, is due in April, which is crazy. I haven't even finished season 2 on hard mode. I'm like not even halfway done. Season 3, I'm like close to the end on normal, but then again, like way behind on hard mode. So God, I don't know if I'm ever gonna catch up on these things, but we'll see. Um, Is it worth 250 emblems for the 20th node on Drake Fong? He's already fast, so raising his mana doesn't seem worth the emblems. I agree. I very sparingly will use the 20th node, even the 19th sometimes, because you don't have infinite emblems, so you have to think about how can these be better used elsewhere. So for a fast hero, mana boost is almost pointless, and the reason why I say almost is because on defense, mana is accrued differently, and that 4% could make a difference. So for example, Scotty, I took to the 20th node as one of the few that I've actually done that with. And the reason behind that is because she gets 4%, which means I don't need to use my one and only level 23 mana troop on her. She only needs a level 11 mana troop to be functionally fast. So that seemed worthwhile. The trade off is that my Bira is a lot further behind in emblems because of that. So there is a cost to that, but I feel like Scotty's such a powerful hero that it felt worth it to be able to use her on a bigger variety of teams and give it a level 23 troop to another hero like Ariel or something like that, for example. So yeah, I think more often than not, the 20th node is not worth it for me. All the people in the top alliances do that because they just want any tiny advantage they can get. But I'm glad to not be in that position because to me it feels very wasteful. And then they demolished my. And then they get demolished. Oh, still talking about the hero special. Um, as long as we're hitting and beating 14-star Titans, I'm happy. Um, yeah, I don't know. I've seen some um, data gathered on whether higher star titans give increased loot chance, and obviously they were just crowdsourcing their data, so the pool was somewhat limited, but they still had a few hundred submissions. Um, it does seem to get better as you go higher up, and I think you do have a very marginally higher chance at A and A plus. But obviously, as many people have seen, there's still superstitions that B loot is the best or C loot is the best, so it's just random. But I think people are just looking for those patterns to be like, wait a minute, this actually goes against what we think is the case, so this must be true because it's unexpected. But there's a lot of confirmation bias in there too. So I think it's mostly random. I wouldn't worry about it too much. You do want to get B at least because typically that means you get more spins for those ascension items depending on what star titans you're fighting against. So you want to do as good as you can, but don't worry about, don't try to edge out your alliance mates to get in a slightly higher spot or something like that. Like it's pretty random. We get people who get A plus all the time or A and get nothing, people who get C or D, or like Shoujo just got a telescope from an escaped Titan the other day. So like it's pretty random. Um, I got Chrysalis. Any thoughts? Yeah, she seems okay. Um, it's just sort of disappointing in my opinion. She's kind of like a slightly better Vela, but the attack down takes more turns to activate. So I think her damage is a little bit stronger. I forget. I think her dot is a little bit stronger, but then her attack down takes more turns to activate. I think it's like 9, 18, and then 27 or something like that. So, she has her distinct downside. So when comparing, if she's only marginally better than a hero that many people feel got destroyed by nerfs, she's not the most exciting in my book, unfortunately. And she has no element link either. And Velos element link is pretty good. So I wish I could say she was better, and I wish she was better, but she doesn't seem that great. Um, Again, she's not bad. I'm using Vela as the reference point, and Vela is a hero that a lot of people are like, oh man, Vela got trashed by the nerfs. So maybe Chrysalis, they could have given her extra damage to red, but maybe they're scared of putting out a hero that's too similar to Vela. The benefit is that she deals frost damage, which means you can stack it with Vela or with other types of dot. So she doesn't overlap with really any kind of dot. I don't think, is there any frost damage in the game right now? I thought there was, but Scotties are stacks, so they're going to be different than frost dot damage. So I think it is her own unique thing. So if use dot heavy teams, then she could be better there. Um, so someone's pointing out the advantages for Drake. He wouldn't need a mono troop and rush attack, and he'll go off slightly faster in defense, but 250 is a crazy amount. I totally agree with that. Sorty did 350 pulls. I did see that, and it did not seem like he got the Toxicondra he was aiming for. It looked like he did 350 pulls and got some 5 stars, but not what he actually wanted. So that's the way it goes, man. And that's like, I don't know, over $1,000. That's pretty crazy. I have an idea for a YouTube channel, but I don't have the resources to make it happen. It would be a little like Ben Shapiro, but for gaming. I would not put people down. I think it would be good. I don't actually know. I only loosely know about Ben Shapiro. I don't actually know what his YouTube channel does. Um, Obviously, it's some sort of podcast style format thing, but I don't really know what that would look like for a gaming channel, to be honest. Finley is just so good. Yeah, Finley's really awesome. Yeah, you would still need a level 1 mana troop, even if you do the 20th node for a monk in rush attack. You gotta have a tiny mana boost. Saw your sneak peek where you discussed Finley getting a costume, made me quite concerned. It just seems broken. Yeah, so they did buckle a little bit under the massive outrage they received. Like, people quit just from seeing that news, which I thought was a little premature. It's like, well, I can see the frustration of like the fact that they would even consider doing that is such a bad sign that I'm out. I wouldn't make a decision that way, but I can understand why some people did. Um, so yeah, they did buckle under the pressure that they received from people being like, you absolutely cannot do this. That is insane. And I think what they're going to do is not use the costume to make that hero stronger, but just make them different in an equally desirable way, is the impression that I got. And what they're trying to do, and I can understand this, is from a business standpoint, they're like, how can we keep people pulling? Like, for example, I won't really do more than a couple pulls in the Pirates portal because I'm like, all that I could really expect or hope to get from here is a second Finley, which is a long shot. And so I think what they want is for people who have, maybe they're targeting big spenders again and they're realizing that keeping the whales on board is better than just getting new players who may or may not spend. Losing a guaranteed whale to sign even 3 new players that are a gamble whether they'll spend it all or not doesn't seem like a good trade-off, and maybe they're seeing that. And so they're like, all right, how can we keep people on board? Well, if they're already bored with a bunch of these portals, then we need to give them something that they don't already have there. And I think that's what the benefit of the costumes is. Um, so yeah, my impression is they're not going to be like, how can we take Finley and make him better, like the existing costumes did? I guess he is going to get a stat boost though, unless they change that, which that would be pretty messy if they made some costumes with a stat boost and some without. So that part is a little concerning. But again, I think that's where you just have to realize there will always be people that will spend whatever it takes to chase whatever they want in the game. They're able to do that and they're willing to do that. So if the game allows them that, you just have to let the game pass you by a little bit and find your spot. And I'm getting to a position where I'm much more comfortable doing that, being like, I'm unwilling to do what it takes to always be the most competitive because they're just, it's accelerating exponentially. And so to keep up is just too much. So I'm like, all right, well, I still enjoy the game. So let me just enjoy it in a way that matches my willingness to invest in it, I guess you could say. Um, and so that's why we try to keep our alliance, for example, only in the top 500 to 1,000 and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Have you noticed how smooth the boards are when you battle your alliance mates? I wonder if SG did that on purpose. I have not noticed that, to be honest. Um, I think, again, that's where we all are looking for a way to be like, see, they are full of shit. But I think when that whole beta scandal came to light, that the boards were not random, it was in one specific way. And what it did confirm to me was that, oh, the boards actually are random, but the beta app gave you a little sneak peek on what your next board was going to look like because the random board generating seed was shared between the two apps. So you go into beta, you peek into the future real quick, come into your game app, you know exactly what team to use. So that was the heart of that scandal, is that some people knew about this, not everyone. They didn't tell people about this. I want, to be clear, you can go back and watch that video if you want to see what I'm talking about. But that, to me, did confirm, okay, the boards actually are random, but, there was this small exploit that they had failed to patch. Empires and Puzzles Books also did a video about this where he collected pretty painstaking data on every single tile and its position on every single starting board, and logged it all in a spreadsheet, and everything did come out to about 20%, um, which is, there's 5 colors. So it also confirmed that it's random. So I feel like we have to trust those kinds of things more than just our own experience, because unfortunately our own experience is not reliable, or not totally reliable, because as humans we just want to try to find patterns even when there necessarily aren't patterns there. Or, even true randomness has some patterns in it. They say true randomness is streaky, which means that some patterns emerge, but overall randomness is there, and we just choose the patterns we want to see, or the ones that support our ideas. So that's my long answer on that. I do think the boards are random. I'm fine to having my mind changed on that, but I think we can't just trust only our own experiences, or people being like, sending one picture being like, oh, I took mono red and there's only one tile on the board. And it's like, well, yeah, that happens sometimes. So just because it happened once doesn't mean, we need a large pool of data to make to demonstrate any kind of trend. Loot needs to be updated to drop better loot. Yeah, I'm very frustrated lately with the drops of 4-star ascension items, and I'm sort of on a dry spell right now, which is equally frustrating. And then talking to other people, they're like, yeah, I usually get 1 or 2 per week. I'm like, what? I'm not anywhere near that right now. For fire defensive down, would you go after Marjana or save event tokens for Guardian Falcon? Falcon would be better odds of getting, not as powerful, but always the chance of Panther or Gazelle. I honestly feel like Gazelle is the star of that portal. She's so cool. It depends. Because, for example, Guardians has Falcon and Jackal, right? Costumes has Marjana and Leonidas. Much better versions of those two. So you can get both kinds of defense down in there. Again, the chances are going to be lower of pulling, one or both of those 5-star costumes versus pulling a 4-star. Guardians does also have Panther and Gazelle, who are also very strong standout heroes in that portal. But I think the costume portal overall is a better value. You get the Ascension item chest. It's a little bit more expensive, but you get the Ascension item chest. There's a lot of really excellent 5-star costumes in there, and a lot of really excellent 4-star and 3-star costumes in there. So I think it's really hard to say, but I think I would lean towards costumes. It's not to say you can't do a little bit of both, because hopefully the 4-stars aren't too hard to get from the Guardians portal. The 5-star costumes certainly are, so I would definitely wait until Leonidas or Marjana were featured. But yeah, that's probably all I can say about that. Skrekok seems to be the second best in this portal. Definitely the best 3-star. Still average speed though. So if you're going into the events, like the benefit of Namahage is the speed. So he's fast. You don't have mono troops in 3-star, so if you're in those events, that's not an option for you. So trying to use an average speed hero, it's like, sure, you can just give them mono potions, but yeah, I don't know. I think we might, I don't know. Blue has been the favorite event team lately anyways, because we have elemental defense down with Nordry, where we don't have that for red. So I don't think he's going to be a game changer. He does bring a cool effect to it, and is good for tournaments, I guess. But basically, if you're using an average speed hero in a 3-star tournament, or a 3-star, let's say a 3-star tournament, they're basically slow, right? You could potentially make 2 4 matches, and I'm trying to think how you could even do this. You could potentially make a 4 match and then get 2 3 matches, but the odds of that are quite low. You could potentially get 2 4 matches and then pop both Dragon Bombs. The odds of that are very low, so more often than not, you're going to make 4 matches to charge an average speed hero, which means they're basically slow. So I think he suffers in that sense. Um, any thoughts on why Titan chests have become absolutely crappy? Yeah, I do feel like I recall this happening like, I don't know, 9 months ago. It's really hard to say when exactly that was, but I remember being like, what the fuck was that when I opened my Titan chest? Um, so yeah, I don't know. I think that's extremely disappointing because at best it takes you 5 days to fill one of those, right? Whereas a monster chest you can fill, at least, well, typically you can fill 2 per day. You can probably do 3 to 4 depending on if you want to use skips, um, or raid chests. You can fill 3 to 4 raid chests a day, and those are a lot better. So the fact that a Titan chest can look like a monster chest basically after 5 days at the soonest is absolute bullshit to me. Um, yeah, so I don't know why that's happened, but it's very frustrating. He does political stuff using videos of news and articles about politics. Yeah, I guess you could get into some politics of this game. I feel like there are some diverse opinions, and there's certainly scandals that happen. So yeah, you could take that approach. Some of those people were thinking of leaving the game anyways in regards to the Finley costume. Yeah, I think not it was the straw that broke the camel's back. It wasn't the one and only thing that did it. They were maybe even looking for a reason to leave, and that was it. So I'm not at that place. I still really enjoy the game. I just think you have to keep your own expectations in check, or it quickly becomes not fun at all. And I strongly believe that you enjoy the game most doing a small amount of pulls. The more pulls you do, the more expectation you have of what you should get, and the more frustration there is about being like, oh, what? I spent like, $50 and didn't get something that I wanted to get. Like that's bullshit. And that's true. But those are also the odds that they've laid out for us. And so I think it's better just to um, temper your own expectations. And sure, that's easier said than done, but it's just something I wanted to say at least because I think it is true. Hi, Barry. Hi, Damien. Great job on another fun and always thoughtful live stream. Catch you on the next one. Thank you so much, my friend. I'll see you on the next one as well. So I think based on how long I've been talking, we have some shards and Titan loot. Loot tier 14. What are we gonna get? Can't call that unlucky, but I can't say that I wanted either of those things either. But we do have one of these, compass. There was a long period in the game where I just could not get enough compasses. And I had like mats to ascend, I don't know, 8 5 stars or 6 or 7 5 stars, something like that. And I'm like, I only have 2 compasses. And it was blowing my mind. And I finally crossed the threshold where now I have like 25 compasses. And so I'll never be in that position again. But it was kind of funny to remember that there was a time. All right, guys, wish me luck here. Who didn't wish luck? I want names. Was it you, Barry? Okay, so monk or wizard, those are both important emblems. I'm really trying to get Bira leveled up, so I might go monk, but wizard would be going to Lord Loki, who I don't use quite as much, so I might go monk emblems here. Um, Tough choice. Not a big deal. In the long run, we'll take monk this time. All right, so I think we're going to wrap up here in just a second. I'm not sure if it's the cause. Okay, Barry thinks when I use my phone instead of my iPad, it didn't lag as much. Glass got bad since you switched to iPad. Maybe you can experiment with that. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just gonna start Googling around. This has got to be a common problem. It can't just be me. Someone's asking what levels of the alchemy lab I run. So I run, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4B. And you can see that I finally have a food surplus, and I've just been stuffing this thing full. Why is 99 the max? Oh, because I have to collect this. That's weird. So I finally got my alchemy lab like stuffed full, which is awesome. So I do 4B. So if you think about like there's 10 levels, this one at the top here, common crafting material, would be 1A. Uncommon crafting material is 1B. So that's the way that you think of it. Common battle item 2A, uncommon battle item 2B. Okay, so I run 4B, rare crafting material, 6B, rare ascension material, and 10A, rare ascension material. So that's what I run for those, and I get about, so the 10A, 10A goes once a week, and then the other one is like once every 8 days, maybe, or the other two together are like once every 8 days. So yeah, it's a decent amount of emblems. I was the same with gloves. I wonder if they restrict one item per player. Yeah, gloves I've always had just way too many of them, and I'd have like 45 gloves and 2 compasses, and I'd actually get excited when I got a compass. So I have to remember that there was a time where, and obviously very early in the game, there was a time where those 3-star ascension items were very exciting, and I remember the first event I was actually able to beat, so throwback, was Knights of Avalon. And I tried it so many times and I was getting my butt kicked. I was like still using 4-star heroes. I had never ascended a 4-star. So this is obviously just the epic level. Um, but I was still using 4 stars at level 360. And I did beat that one finally, and I got my 4th trap tool, and I ascended my first ever hero of Regard, my first ever 4-star. So there were times where those things were super exciting. I think it's important we remember that and not just get pissed off about all those things. If you have Freya along with 2 of the Christmas heroes, better use them since their attack damage buff will become better. Yeah, Freya is a cornerstone hero for any minion team. And so I've been enjoying lately using her with Bira in a attack team. And the 2 of them together are really fun because then you get the dot damage from Bira, you block minions in the other team, and you're chipping away with pretty strong minion damage, like 20 to 45 per hit, which can be a lot. Take care, man. Shards, we got the shards. I maybe also would have recommended using Lady of the Lake if you have one. So recovering will also use the minions to reduce enemies' mana. Yeah, I do have Lady of the Lake. I have a lot of strong greens, so I don't think I'm going to send her. I have 13 tonics right now. Toxicondra is going to get 1 set of those, and then I'm hoping for another green hero who I will not say. But otherwise, I'll just ascend another another Frigg. I'm a little scared of that because I don't want them to get nerfed again, and then I would be really pissed off that I made that decision. So I'm kind of lagging behind here, but I think Toxicondra is going to be the next one I level up because it'll be really cool to have a cleansing healer in green. And that'll be a little bit, and then I probably won't max Francine because I will have a green cleanse. So that's probably what I'm going to do next. All right. The poison from Bira's moths will maybe not do anything. The only thing useful about her is making enemies not receive new minions. I strongly disagree with that. The poison damage from those minions is the most dangerous thing about her, bar none. Attacking her on a defense team, if you don't kill her, the clock starts ticking, and you're taking almost 100, if she has max emblems, almost 100 damage per turn to all heroes. And even if you kill all the minions, it's still going. Even if you cleanse, it comes right back. So you have to do both. So she is extremely good, and that poison damage is very, very dangerous. Um, so I totally disagree with you there. Even on offense, it's like 72 per turn, and then when you add Freya's increased damage minion strikes, if you can fire them both together, you now have 10 minions, and if they're doing 30 damage each, that's 300 damage per turn, plus Bira's dot damage to all, which is another 350 damage per turn. So it's kind of like having Balder on your team, where there's just this constant damage going at all times. The minion block is a nice benefit, and I actually used these heroes in the 5-star Bloody Battle tournament together, pretty much on every team, and so it allowed me to block some of the Freya teams, some of the Bira teams even, which was a bit of a gamble. Um, but yeah, it gave me sort of a faux healing and also a lot of damage. Um, yeah, I don't see Nora very often in raids. I think she's not, well, she's definitely not a popular hero, and not, I don't think any of the higher arena players have probably maxed her because they probably had better options. So she can be a problem, but just don't see her often enough, or I see her hardly ever. All right, everyone, we're gonna wrap here. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a great time. See you next weekend. Hopefully, get some videos out soon. I've got them waiting. Just got to have the time to do it. So I've got this long weekend here, and I think I'll make use of that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.